Today, we are going to talk about freelancing. I don't know why I played guitar in the intro, but I think it was cool, so why not? And also, if you wanna know what je le ferai demain means in English, it basically means I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, like that, you know. So yes, if you've been following me on Instagram lately, you've noticed that I've been focusing a lot on close-ups. And for a few of those shots, I used freelancing. But what is freelancing? When you take a picture, your lens is attached to your body. Not your body, the body of your camera. But when you are taking shots in freelancing, it basically means that you free your lens from the body of your camera and you take your shots like that. To understand a bit more how to get some great shots in freelancing, I will talk to you a bit about the difference between mirrorless lenses and reflex lenses. When you are shooting with a mirrorless camera, this is not my main one, but my main one is there, your sensor is really close from your lens. As you can see, there is no mirror. But when you're shooting with a reflex, there is a mirror, so your lens is further away from your sensor. What does that mean? It means that the focus distance of your lens is shorter with a mirrorless lens. So when you're shooting with a mirrorless lens on a mirrorless body, it means that as soon as you will put the lens a bit further away, your image will be blurry and it will become a macro lens and you will be only able to focus on close things. And same if you're using a reflex lens on a reflex body. But if you're using a reflex lens like this one on a mirrorless body like this one, the focus distance of your lens is bigger, so you basically have to hold your lens further away from your sensor to have a sharp image. What does that mean? It means that it is way easier to take some great shots like that because you can put your lens further away and you don't have to hold it really close from the body of your camera. So to focus in freelancing, you basically move your lens in front of your body. Here you will get some macro shots and here you will get some normal shots. No, here it might be a bit too close, like that. So yes, the best combo to great freelancing shots is reflex lenses with mirrorless body. But why would you use freelancing? So freelancing is great for 4 things. First, it can create some cool light leaks. Because if you hold your lens a bit further away from your sensor, light can come like that and not only through your lens. It can create some really cool effects. Also, it basically means that you have a macro lens without having one. Because if you put your lens further away from the body of your camera, you will be able to get some really macro shots. It also means that you can get some tilt shift shots. Tilt shift basically means that your lens is like that or like that. And sometimes you have some lenses which are meant to do that. Here you just do it yourself and it will create a dope effect where you can have something blurry at the top of your image and at the bottom, but everything which is at the middle will be sharp. It also means that you can get something sharp in your foreground and in your background at the same time while everything else is blurry. So that's really cool. And another great thing is that you can pretty much use any lenses on any camera body. Like this one is really old. That's still a lens that you have to screw on your camera. And I can easily use this one on my mirrorless body. So now for the cons of using freelancing. First, it's really hard to focus because you don't focus by turning something. You focus by changing the distance between your body and your lens, and sometimes it can be really tricky. Then, if you are filming or taking pictures, it won't be steady at all, because as soon as you move a little bit, your shot will be completely different, so it's really hard to film with that. And then, the worst thing is that your sensor is basically exposed to anything, so you can easily get a lot of dust on your sensor. So you have to be really careful not to get dust on your sensor or water if you're shooting in the rain. So yes, let's go outside to try freelancing. Okay, so I'm now outside, pretty obvious, and I'll try to find a great location to try freelancing. In my backpack I have a few lenses. I have a 35mm Vivitar f3.5 with a Thiméon, so it's still a lens that you have to screw on your camera. I have a Leica 135mm still f3.5 with a M42 mount, so still have to screw it. I have a Tamron 10-24 f3.5 4.5 with a Pentax mount, so still not able to mount it on my Panasonic. And I have a Super Takumar 55mm f1.8 with still a M42 mount, so still not able to put it on my Panasonic. So not any of those lenses have a Micro Four Thirds mount, so I normally wouldn't be able to use them on that camera, which is a Panasonic Lumix G80. But I'm able to use them with that camera using Freelancing. Okay, so here we are at our first location, which is this dead tree behind me. But first let me switch from this camera to my little Sony Action Cam, because I'll be using that camera. Hold on a second. I hope the sound and the image is not too bad with that camera, but yes. Don't forget to bring your lens cap and your body cap. Let's remove the lens. Okay, so now we don't have any lens on our body. We will start with the long lenses and then I will continue with the wider lenses. Okay, so let's say that I want to photograph this piece of wood. So first off, open the iris of your lens at the maximum. Then you just put your lens in front of your camera and you adjust the distance until you see something sharp. And when you have your framing, you just snap your picture. I'll show you what it looks like from inside of the body. Okay, so right now you don't see anything. That's normal. I still have my body cap on. Let me remove it. And now everything is white. Let me put my lens in front of the camera. And here it is, there is something sharp. But as you can see, it's not steady at all. So right now what you see is from the 135mm, but with the crop factor of 2 of my camera, it's like at 270mm. I will now switch to the 55mm. Right now I'm with my 55mm. To focus, I just put my lens closer or further away from the body. And you can see it focus. To make a close-up, you just put your lens really far away. Also, I was talking about macro shots. As you can see, I'm still with the 55mm, and that is a pretty macro shot. I can get closer if I want. So this is the 55mm. Let me now switch to the 35mm. So something I forgot to mention, if you are using a reflex lens with a mirrorless camera, put your focus as close as you can on the lens. If you are using a mirrorless lens on a mirrorless body or a reflex lens on a reflex body, put your focus distance at the infinity. And yes, here is the 35. Oh, and there is someone. But yes, as you can see, we don't see a lot of things due to the light leaks. Let me now switch to the 10-24, I think 24mm. And finally, the 10-24mm from Tamron. The problem with more recent lenses is that there is no aperture rings. To change the aperture, you have to do it using this little thing. I don't know if you can see. So yes, let's try it out. Here we are with the 10mm. So yes, let's go back inside. Also, yeah, something else, maybe don't go out to do some freelancing when it's raining, because water could get on your sensor. Not a good idea. Here we are back inside. Let's have a look on the pictures we took. At this moment you might be like, my god, this is ugly. And you are totally right. That magenta color is due to the fact that there is a lot of light leaks with freelancing. That's really easy to correct in Lightroom. You just play with the white balance and you will get rid of that really magenta look, which is pretty disgusting. So yes, here you can see a few shots that I took in freelancing. Not only today, but you know, I use that technique pretty often, so yes, you can see what is the result. Go out and try freelancing, it's a really great technique, but really be careful because dust can easily get on your sensor. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, to subscribe, and to share the video. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one.